So this is just a quick message. So I just got a download, and the download was when you address low vibrational words or names, because in essence, a lot of those things embody an energy, an entity, and like for example, something like low self-esteem. That's an energy, and it's a low vibrational energy. It's a demonic energy. So let's say you were to address the concept, or no, I take that back. Okay, I be having like all these words in me. Let me tell you how my mind do. I don't know if it's just like the video thing or what. Probably because it's a portal, but I have so much knowledge, wisdom, information, many words in my mind, like what in my mind's like file cabinet basically. It's very broad. I have a peaceful mind. I don't have like thoughts just running through my head, but at the same time I do, but it's nothing like stressful. It's like whenever thoughts or voices are going through my head, they're like, it's like they're putting me on game, or we're just it's or like sometimes there's like jokes, funny moments, and sometimes it's just putting me on to some stuff, or my mind, sometimes it'll be something random but needed and essential and necessary, and I'll reflect on that, speak about that, or it'll be like real like downloads. That's basically what that was. Downloads in general is what I'm supposed to be speaking about, so that wouldn't be a good way to like describe that, including that and like whatever. So, but yes, like I'll have, and it's like when I'm on a video, they don't really come out like that, but I can turn around and jot a paragraph to go with the video, or just write something down, and I could get everything out the way that I would want to say it if I would have did it on the video. But anyway, back to how these low vibrational behaviors in themselves are entities, because it's the energy and it's the low vibrational energies. So for example, self-esteem, low self-esteem, whatever you want to define it as, it's like it's an entity and it shapeshifts. Most spiritual beings and entities have the ability to shapeshift. Divine beings do too. They also have the ability to shapeshift. But the thing is, when divine beings shapeshift, we know it's like more so like adaptability. It's a skill, like the animals, in the jungle, they have different ways of being. They have different tactics and methods, and they utilize their skills, for their best interests. Whether they're kind and gentle, depending on what they're approaching or what it's about. So, like I was saying, a divine being has the ability to shapeshift too, and it's more so adaptability, like the animals. How they just have different ways of being, different, what depths to their personality and their soul, who they are and how they modulate depending on the environment. Modulate, modify, or what, adjust, ability, adapt, in a higher vibration, or whatever way is, apparent to them, and who they are and how they are, and how they're created as and what they are. They're animals, we're people, things like that. So anyway, what I was going to say was, when you call on an entity, like a dark entity, like you call it out, especially as a divine being, especially as a divine vibrational being, when you call those situations out and you confront them, of course that's going to cause like somewhat of an uproar, because of the energy that you're dealing with. And then think about how many people have low self-esteem. That's a lot of power and energy to that force. So it's not gonna wanna, it's not gonna appreciate us, someone like me, you know, calling them out, and calling it is, calling it for what it is, telling it what it is, and what the fuck it can do, and where it can go, basically. And that that creates like a mini. It creates like a war in essence. So we talk, well, a lot of people, well, some people, you will find some people who speak about spiritual warfare, because this is like the most important war of all, because it's literally your spirituality. Your spirit is like the core of your being. So that's the real war that's going on. Everything else are just things we could just utilize in our weaponry whenever, we're in these spiritual battles. And what I mean by that is like your other bodies, like your emotional body, your physical body. But at the end of the day, the target, the goal, what you're really trying to get to is the core of your essence, is your spirit, your soul. Because if you disenfranchise that, or create some type of dysfunction, or you break it down or destroy it or impact it in a manner that is affected negatively, yes, like that can really kill a person. It's like a lot of times you see people in freak accidents, and people living with all type of stuff and surviving it, or whatever the case. People surviving freak accidents, whatever. It doesn't matter how messed up or debilitated a body, a limb or something, a limb or a part of your body or whatever it is, or your mental, your mental, or how you feeling, like you feeling sad, and, like, I'm sorry, yeah, like those feelings that you have, that's what I mean, like just those emotional, just going through the motions. Nothing can kill you. It's like your soul has to die. You could be emotionless, and be alive, because a lot of people say people die from a broken heart, but it's not. It's like, what leads to the heart being broken? What leads to somebody being, sad, or being in any type of, not so pleasant emotion? It's because of an attack, or a tear, or a scar. Like a lot of people say they're scarred from things. It's because of that abrasion on your soul body, like your spirit self. And that's what really causes a person to die. And then I want to like kind of go deeper into that, because nobody is just, oh, they got really depressed and that's how people die. No, I'm not gonna say that is the direct cause for everyone, but your spirit could be so like disconnected within yourself and from the Most High, that because of that, it's like, because understand, this right here is a vessel, it's a vehicle. So if the damn driver ain't functioning right, or he this, he that, he not taking care of himself, he all fatigued, and just malnutrition, malnourished and stuff like that, what can he really do to the physical body? You understand? So, for example, I say that because you can have people who engage in nothing but low vibrational, or mostly low vibrational conduct, and their spirit can really be stricken and weak. It don't matter how much somebody act like they this, they that, they can turn up, or it don't matter. It's like your soul. What is the condition of your soul? Is your soul just as lit or strong or whatever? Is it that? Or is your vehicle just kind of dysfunctioning because of what's happening on the inside? So you're just It's like you're so prone and susceptible to programming now, because the number one and main programmer, which is your soul, is out of, it was 1010, is just out of it, you know. Malnourished, sleeping on the job, doing something, but ain't doing his job. And so you're prone and more susceptible to outside and external influences that can program you, because at the end of the day, it's, like I said, yes, your soul is the number one thing, but your body, there's things about your body that literally works coherently with your soul, your brain, what you hear, your mental, how you process things, your subconscious, those things. So if you're being programmed, because that's how it's going to go first. So if you're going to be programmed by outside and external influences, yes, this can affect your spirit, body, your soul, and how you maneuver your vessel. So, and that's mentally, emotionally, and physically, because it's all a part of your vessel. But yeah, once again, so when you call on an entity like that, it's like, expect conflict, expect and like I said, it does shape shifts, like we all can, but just like we can shape shift, in positive ways, or things that are, you know what I'm saying, not only in the best of our interests but others as well. It's like dark, toxic, and low vibrational energies can shapeshift as well. So once again, self-esteem. Sometimes self-esteem can be just over fluctuated, like narcissism, because ideally you want to have a balance. You want to have a balance within yourself, and in the range of the traits and emotions and skills and abilities that you have. Is I'm not saying like this does not this does not disregard the power of your abilities. That's not what I'm saying here. But in regards to how you conduct yourself, there should be a balance. So once again, the self-esteem thing, it can shapeshift. It can come off like, you know what I'm saying? It can disguise itself. And then right before you know it, boom. When you trigger it, boom. When it feels like, oh, you coming for me directly, you coming for that entity, that energy, Because mind you, this is working alongside with other traits in whatever the personality of the person that it's inhabiting. So it has those things to kind of help like disguise it as well. Like it's just, mixing in the crowd. Where's Waldo? And then boop, there's Waldo with them stripes, bright as hell. Getting long, pale, and tall. I mean, I see you. But it always be that special person with that discernment that spots it. And that's why, it's just dumbfounded, like, oh no. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I just want to put that out there. If I receive any more about it, because one more time, I just want to say, just the whole purpose of this is for you to be aware of what comes with being a divine being and being in spiritual warfare and having to battle against darker. Who else would we be battling? Of course, it would be good versus evil, high vibrational, low vibrational. What else would we be battling against? What's the purpose of people wanting to help people and do things, for the world? Because we want to increase the vibration. We want to uplift the atmosphere, out of these low and dark and destructive energies. We don't want to extend this into our future, our generation, our children. So we have to. People think they big and bad, and don't get me wrong, I'm not speaking against this, because I understand that's just something that comes with how our world is. War, physical war. A lot of people have whatever thoughts and their opinions about that. All I'm gonna say is every war that everybody participates in when you're born in this realm is spiritual warfare. You don't have a fucking choice. So with that being said, you can either take heed and take it more serious, what you involve yourself in, what you associate with, whatever the case, what you choose to ignore about yourself and not heal and process. Learn about what's most important, what's most relevant for the best of our living and, interests. Not only our interests, but the interests of our legacies. So yes, you have to learn how to exercise these equipments, these tools, these weapons. You have to master this. You're going to be trained regardless. So you can either just, don't get me wrong, because everybody get in a funk. That's just a part of the range of emotions. That's just a part of you, being human as well. And you giving a damn. You just care. You love. You care. So of course you're hurt when someone, goes against that you love and care, or whatever the case may be. You just being a loving person in general, a kind-hearted person in general, that's just your spirit. You're just pure in heart. Yes, you will be impacted emotionally. You'll be sad sometimes about some things. Hell, may even get depressed for a moment. But the thing about that, because I'll get sad, but I'm way past that. Because once again, the tools, the weapons, and knowing how to execute those weapons. You know how to stand with that gun. You know how to do this. You know what I'm saying? You know how to use that machete or whatever the case may be. You know how to talk this and talk that. You know how to, you just know how to use your brain. You know how to use your vessel, that your soul, once again, the number one programmer, the controller of your vessel is supposed to be. You have to know how to master every part of you that is going to be impacted regardless by your soul. So your brain, your mental competency, your vision, your taste, your smell, your senses, everything. How you govern your body. How you govern your body according to your reality. According to your reality. Meaning you have to carry yourself in a certain manner, like on a physical aspect, just because you're aware of the dangers of this and that, da 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 da. That's just a very straight to the point example of that. So yes, so that's what you have to do. In essence, is what you're supposed to be doing, because like I always say, your life is your most important and greatest school you will ever attend. Yes. And so it's, in essence, it's the same thing. Spiritual warfare. You have to be like sharpened and master yourself, on a journey. We talk about associate's degrees, diplomas, bachelor's, your doctorates, your masters, all this stuff. Yes, it's levels to this. It's levels to this life. It's levels to having a soul and inhabiting a vessel. It's levels to this. No, the number one solution that I see a lot of people, kind of programmed into doing is not to create a good enough, durable enough distraction from your reality. And that's another video. But no, it should be about mastering who you're going to be.